Hi, everyone. This is going to be a strange segment. I don't intend to do many of these that are kind of personal story ones. I have all these topics I want to cover. I have so many topics I want to cover that don't have to do with any Dear Diary stuff. But I want to share this one because I feel it is so funny. And I think that a lot of INFJs are going to really find it delicious. It's one of those things that's so funny that it on a deep level that I can't even laugh. Although, I'm an ENFP, so I'll probably find a way. But wow. So this week I have met. There are 5 new INFJs that have emerged in my life, or shall we say, there are a couple that still have to weigh in, but it really certainly looks that way. It looks like that's what they're going to arrive at, and I think that if they saw this right now, they would agree that it's really looking like that's what the type that they will identify with. 5 new ones. Plus, I talked to, and these are people, by the way, who are I know from different spheres of my life and who are at different distances and in different sort of positions, sort of social positions to me, some much closer than others. But I already had more than a passing acquaintance with, I think 19 was the last count. Now there are 5 more, and 2 of them were I had formerly, I think, mistakenly thought were INTJs who seem to be now INFJs, and no, that was 3 actually, 3 of the 5. Plus, there was a wonderful INFJ who I like to who's a friend of a friend I like to cross paths with, and who I find very interesting, and is working in an area I find really interesting. And she, I spent some time with her at a party not even a week ago, and she gave me some really good advice about something. And then additionally, there are 2 I got in touch with 2 really old friends, dear friends who are INFJs, who I've been out of touch with for a long time, and introduced a lot of the material from my research to them. And so I'll be talking to them soon about all of that. And I know that they're interested. And then additionally, there are 2 INFJ dear friends who I see who are getting into some romance with other INFJs, and they're telling me some things about that. So it's just like, what in the fuck? Like, what kind of, I mean, I was going to say, what kind of a problem is that? What are the odds? I mean, really? It's not a problem either at all. Don't get me wrong, you guys. Like, this is it's kind of a dream come true, really, considering how I feel about the INFJs in my life, but and what I think of them, as separate from me, how highly I think of them, and how wondrous I think they and their abilities and their weird sensibilities and so on. Like, I think they're fantastic. But so I was thinking of, I was feeling really quite heavy today, like quite like not just because I've had some, as usual with INFJs, and when you talk, I've been talking with them, and the conversation was so satisfying as usual, and just so opposite of superficial, and funny, and just great. Really great, powerful conversations. And so much so that, I mean, I don't know how I even got to sleep last night. I feel like I'm on such a roll right now. It was a long time that I was neglecting my own true nature in my work, and really neglecting myself that way. And this making of these segments about the MBTI it's been a really long time since I've been as excited about working on something as I have been on these. These just mean so much to me on so many levels and so many ways, and some I haven't even spoken about to anybody. And Yeah, and I have sketches for like 40 more episodes ready to go. I have so much to say about this, and there's just so much. And it's funny because the more I have to say, and the more people are commenting, and the more my friends are talking about it with me, my INFJ friends, the more, and also the other IN types. Who are among my friends, I feel like there's just so much more material flooding in to my mind about what, new connections being made and about relationship, and there's just here's the funny thing. Here's my dilemma. This is my INFJ problem. It actually has absolutely nothing to do with you people at all. And even if it did, it's like if I could just do for you a little bit what you do for the rest of the goddamn world all the time, huh? Like, it's really, I'm happy to do it. People should be doing that for you. I'll get to that in a minute. Back to that in a minute. But so the funny thing is, like, I'm so jazzed. All I want to do are make more and more of these videos and just talk about them. I'm just obsessed right now. All I want to do is talk about this stuff and relate it. And but I'm finding that I'm tired. Like I'm tired. I had a nap today. Like I don't nap. When I was a kid, nap time was in my mind was jail time. It was like hard. It was, and not like fun jail, like the kind, some of the kind, not fun jail, but not like some of the modern jails where there's enough ping pong tables for everyone, and you can get a college degree and really get rehabilitated in all these ways, and maybe get really good at tennis or something. Like, no, like bad jail. Going to nap time was not a time for sleeping, because I don't do that. I don't do that. A nap is just boring. But I had a nap today. I needed a nap because even though I can't wait to make more of these videos, and I've got all these ideas that I want to express and explore some more and get people's feedback about, I physically had to lie down. And then I just thought about how I connected this to some things that some INFJs this week have told me that I know are kind of that a lot of other INFJs would relate to. Such as, again, like just having other people, like just total strangers that you totally don't want to talk to, coming up to you all the time and telling you their life stories and trying to hug you, and just kind of coming into your space and taking up your time and your energy. And I know a lot of INFJs feel, understandably very put upon and exhausted sometimes, and even in pain about all of the stuff that they pick up from other people, and that gets kind of foisted upon them a bit sometimes when they really don't want it. And and I was thinking about Type Tips Leon. He did this this segment, and he said, that guy. I have very warm feelings for him. Anyway, I saw this hilarious little segment he did called, be an INFJ for your INFJ friend. And he drew these adorable diagrams with these stick figures. Probably a lot of you have seen it already yourself. And it was sort of a little stick figure that's like talking to a crowd and like dispensing all the wonderful listening and the sort of generous listening, and the good advice that the INFJs give, and the sort of gentle prods to go towards your best self and all that stuff. And and then he had a little stick die, and he's like, here's what you can do. He said, so often it is the case that with the INFJs, after they've done all of that supporting and moral supporting and energetic kind of healing and listening and this kind of universalist kind of love that they pour out to others, and then very often INFJs wonder, like, why isn't anybody noticing that? Why isn't anyone asking me if maybe I need some of that sometimes? And so he drew a little diagram for the rest of us about how you can do a solid to your INFJ friend by pretending to be an INFJ for them. So I was just thinking about that. I was thinking, like, I can't do that. I can't be you guys. Only you guys can be you guys. But I certainly do want to listen to all that you have to say, and I'm very, very interested in you. Again, very, very interested in INFJs generally, and of course these so many loved ones in my life that I can't, I really can't get enough of them. But that's my funny dilemma, is like I can't generally. That's my very personal INFJ problem. That I expect never ever to be resolved. That it will be an itch that I will never be able to scratch, and that is I love the INFJs in my life. I love their company so much that I will never be able to have enough of any one of my INFJ loved ones before they feel tired and they need to go away. So it's just really funny that I'm getting this incredible, amount of INFJ consciousness meeting with mine this week, and I'm feeling not myself. I think I'm getting a little bit of a glimpse. I'm kind of as a result of all of these interactions and this enormous amount of INFJ, I'm kind of temporarily getting a taste of what it might feel like to, just maybe in the tiniest sense of what it might feel like to be you guys all the time, where you just, I'm tired. I'm physically tired. I've really loved all these conversations and I look forward to some more, but I'm like hitting a bit of a physical limit. I feel really tired. And it makes me think too that maybe this is, maybe that's a beneficial, not intended, but a beneficial side effect of having this like tidal wave of INFJ consciousness coming towards me, and washing over me. Is that it's pushing me at the very moment where I feel so alive and so jazzed about extroverting and making these videos and talking with the people my commentators on the videos. At the very same time, I'm also feeling like, oh, maybe, like the universe is prodding me to go more into my auxiliary function that I could use a workout, frankly. And maybe I should be, my introverted feeling, I should be introverting a little more. So I don't know. I have so much to say and I want to say it and I'm impatient to say it, but maybe I will take another break for a couple of days and just kind of pretend to be an introvert for a minute, see how that is. But here's the punchline, guys. I was like, yeah, so there you go. So this is it. It's maybe it's like it's too much of a good thing, too much of a good thing. I'm always wanting more INFJs, and I still want more J stuff, but I just my limits of energy maybe just can't handle it all the time, this amount of it. I don't know. So weird. Now, what is too much of a good thing? Here's your ultimate nightmare. Actually, no, it's the INT's ultimate nightmare, and you guys, the INF, the INFs. This is like a close second. A very dear old ENFP friend and co-conspirator with whom I've done some social projects. This is her wonderful like sci-fi leisure robe that I'm wearing right now. Thanks, Tamara. I don't know if you're ever going to see this, but it's a long story why I'm wearing this thing. I'll tell you. I can explain. Anyway, she had a great idea that we should do at some point an ENFP meetup, and of course we're going to get all the waivers signed, and we're going to document the shit out of that. And it'll be like I said to her, oh my God. So it's a project for later. I'll keep people posted in case anyone's in our area who wants to come. But can you imagine like what a ball of playful, silly human energy that would be? I mean, I think it would knock down walls, frankly. It would be utterly pointless and yet totally fulfilling at the same time to meet up with a whole bunch of other ENFPs. It would be like a big, like, as I said to her, it would be like having 100 extremely intelligent pug dogs coming together in a park for a meetup. Like we'd just be all gamboling around with our little tails wagging and just, driving everybody else around us insane. Again, too much of a good thing maybe. But anyhow, it's an idea. That's a project for another day. But I'm too tired for that right now. And maybe before I talk to another 5 new INFJs and have, some more cosmic, deep conversations, I'm kind of hoping that I was thinking this after. I'm like, whew, after that nap, I thought, the next thing maybe I need is I need like some ESFP to come popping out of the woodwork and make me go water skiing. Like just do something totally different, like just totally, totally different. And then the phone rings, and it's my INFJ friend Tara, who you're hearing a lot about lately. And she's like, "Hey, Robin, do you want to go to a hip hop class with me?" So, anyways, that's my story. So yeah, it looks good, doesn't it, INFJs? Seeing one of the people that usually goes around who you think is, who you like, but who exhausts you completely with their ENFP company. The shoe's on the other foot now. So yeah. Anyway, it's a pleasure as always interacting with you people, and I really look forward to talk about like an infinite regression INFP-ish conversation. Maybe some of you have some advice for me about this problem I have. I'm like, well, what would you INFJs do if you were inundated with nonstop, deep conversation with a multitude of other INFJs? What would you suggest? What would you suggest a person do? I'd be interested to know. All right. Thanks very much for listening, and I'll see you around the bend. Goodbye.